What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Quarter Kings, in which our host, Austin Chang, and with me every other week, Ryan Yu. What's up?
I'm good. You?
Good. Today we're on a miniature screen, so we don't have to worry about looking at the screen so much. Like we can just look like shit and not have to worry about it. It's
Because
great.
let's be real, we do look like shit today.
I mean, we always do,
No, you
apparently.
don't. You don't.
I mean, you always try to gas me up, but like I know what's in the mirror. I know what I see in the mirror.
Nah, trust. You look good.
Realize,
You
realize,
look you
realize.
look good all the time.
I.
I'm just glad that we don't have to see my prepubescent beard right
Oh,
now.
you keep shaving it, so how will it ever grow?
No, it'll go back. I'm not touching it at all in August.
Okay.
At all in August.
No shave August.
No
It's
shave
a new
August.
one. It's
Yeah.
a new one. All right.
Get on the trend, boys. Today, before we start, I want to ask you something real quick. Just one thing.
One thing.
Devin Booker says that he believes it's hard to win an NBA championship
Oh yeah.
more than an Olympic gold medal,
Hmm.
even though it's like worldwide and you have technically the best of the best of
Yeah.
each country competing.
Hmm.
Do you agree with that statement?
I agree if you were like I agree in what he's saying, but he's from USA. So as an American, obviously it's way harder to win an NBA
Yeah.
championship because all the best players are from USA, pretty much. Like all like the mostly.
Hmm.
If you're from like Slovenia, then I can't really say that.
Yeah.
Then like I would say like let's say like you're like Luca. Obviously Luca's like gonna probably think that's way harder to win a NBA
Yeah.
championship, or I mean, Olympic gold medal
Because
because it's just him,
he has
right?
no one else to help him out,
That's what I'm
right?
saying. So for Booker to say that, I mean, come on,
Come
like,
on.
you're from you're from America, like
Yeah.
your backup center is AD, pretty much. Like it's insane how stacked that team is. So I get what he means
Yeah.
from his standpoint.
From his standpoint, it makes sense because like I'm looking at all these all-time greats like Giannis. He doesn't even have Thanasis right now.
Yeah, not even Thanasis,
He's
not
not
even
even
the 13th round of the Buck.
exactly like obviously it's going to be way harder to win a gold for Greece, but
Uh-huh.
the U.S. is like it's an all-star team.
It's like going to Disneyland almost. Like you're just going to see your boys and
It's
like
it's
let's win this medal real quick.
it's the fucking Avengers. Like
Yeah,
that's what it is.
exactly. Like Curry and LeBron are just there like, well, finally we get to play with each other.
Well, Curry's a fucking role player right now,
Yeah, exactly. All of them are role players except for LeBron
except for LeBron.
and
Yeah.
Nance, I feel like.
Mm. But yeah, that's I just wanted to hear your thoughts on
No, yeah,
that.
that was light work. I was like I thought you were gonna ask me a hard question like
Yo, I thought it
what
was
is the
hard.
hardest event in your opinion in the Olympics?
All right, what is the hardest event?
Swimming.
Because
uh, Uh, I mean, it's like I think genetics play a large part about it.
okay,
Like if you just have better lungs than someone else, like no matter how hard you train, like you just
isn't that the
can't
same for
compete.
running? It's the same for track?
But in track, I think there's more of a leeway. Like you can be small and still be one of the best, and you can be tall. But like if you're a swimmer, like if you're not built a certain way, like you can't be short and be like an
So you're saying you need a swimmer to build?
yeah, like and on top of that, you need to have good genes. You need like your body, like if your lungs are just not able to get that much oxygen in, like you can't compete.
Fair?
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
I mean,
fair.
what else is a hard event?
Gymnastics, bro.
Oh, that's a good one too.
I don't know how to do that shit. Like I
But
don't.
that doesn't make it hard though. That's it. Like,
I feel like even the best, like they still like it's hard to get a perfect. No one's gotten a perfect score except for that one time.
but the
Like
judges could just be assholes.
they could, but you just gotta end up with like you
Yeah,
gotta end like that, and then everyone will clap and you get a 10.
you
Like,
make it sound like it's so easy. So how is it hard? Sounds easy enough.
bro,
Land your jump.
I'm gonna be like face planting.
Yo,
I'm
yeah,
gonna break my neck. Like that's what's gonna happen.
that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I was watching a hammer throw the other day.
Oh, that was
That was it was fun to watch. It looked kind of dumb though, because half of the time these guys were just hitting the net, stepping out, like a lot of fouls.
bro. I saw a long jump where the guy just ran through.
Right, ran
He
through.
just ran through.
I swear this Olympics just feels so unprofessional sometimes. Like some of the guys that are competing just doesn't even look like
It's for the
they
joke.
tried. Yeah, it's for the jokes. Like they're just the guy that went second in shooting,
Uh-huh.
the Turkish guy,
Yeah.
no gear, handed in the pocket. But he
Don't
got
say it
second
like
place. Yeah,
that.
he just got second place like it was nothing.
No, guaranteed he was 007.
Yeah,
That's what he
back
is.
in Turkey definitely was something.
Yeah.
They gotta make a like I think like that'd be a really cool like inspiration for a movie.
It's like John
Like
Wick.
from rags to riches. Like you
Oh,
go from like a slumlord, like a hitman, and then at the end, like you're competing for your country in the Olympics.
and you went second without no gear.
No gear, yeah. That'd be a cool
That'd
story.
be pretty.
That's a
I think you should direct that.
After watching Trap, I think I just
Yo,
kind of learned how to make movies. Like,
I feel like ever since like that movie we watched, it was just like shit. Like I think we're onto something with the
yeah,
movies now.
our whole life changes. Like we know what movies are like.
Yeah,
How to make a good movie.
yeah. So like we're watching the next movies together now, I guess.
Yeah, watching Trap too.
Yeah, we're watching Trap 2.
I'm down for that.
How'd you like now with the listeners listening, like do you recommend this movie out?
Do I recommend it?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I recommend it. I mean, you gotta like, you can't watch it just from like your own perspective. You gotta watch it with like what the creators had in mind. Like, you gotta look at it. What you have to watch what they wanted to create.
Mm,
Now, some movies like the new Borderlands, I guarantee that will be shit no matter what, because it's kind of a cash grab. Like a
yeah.
bunch of B-list celebrities,
Mm.
not A-list, but like B-list, like just random like actors.
It needs a good plot. Like
Yeah,
that's what a
right.
good
You can't
movie
just throw in
is.
good actors and expect a good movie. You need to have like a good plot
There's
and a good
Yeah,
story.
there's a reason why a lot of good actors end up regretting movies they do because it's just like it just
Yeah,
was not a good plot, but the paycheck was good. Like that's
exactly.
it. Yeah.
That's what I feel like. That's what I feel like a lot of like. I think Ryan Gosling takes a lot of random like shitty movies just because they're mainstream. Like
Yeah.
it's with a big director, big like studio.
And he knows it'll do well because his name's on there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited to watch Gladiator 2. I need to watch Gladiator 1
One?
and I need to watch Interstellar because
Yo, we
I
talked about this.
I swear to God one night I was gonna watch and I'm like, yo, I'm so bored already. Like Universal came on the screen and I'm like, I don't want to watch it no
This
more.
guy dun, 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 dun. Oh fuck.
I
Like
can't
that's
do
what
this. I put on Despicable Me instead.
Oh true, true, true.
I put
Illumination.
I'm like, this is my kind of movie right here.
Yo, next movie, like we gotta watch together. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm
Yeah,
down.
yeah. Like we should make it like at least one movie every 1 or 2 months. Like we go
I
together.
can't lie though, when I watch movies in public, I get told a lot to shut the hell up though.
Bro, I don't care. Like,
Bro, it's actually bad, man. Like I just be reacting. Demon Slayer, I got told to shut up.
but who? Like people behind you?
Beside us, like a couple seats beside us, like at least like 6 seats beside
All right,
us.
then we'll find like a corner seat.
I was in the corner seat doing that. I
I'll
was a
I'll sit
boy.
I'll sit on the outside,
Like
like
me the
on
outside.
the aisle side.
It doesn't matter. Our voice will still project.
Really? Cause
I mean, last movie Trap, I was low key talking bear too,
yeah,
but
I
the
know.
people behind us were also talking, so
Yeah,
I
yeah,
could have
yeah.
that.
That's what I mean, right?
Yeah,
Like we were just talking the whole like not the whole movie, but
yeah,
like
but here and
commentary,
there,
right?
yeah, yeah.
I'd do that though. Like
That's what I'm
the
saying.
next movie, let's watch it and then have our own commentary shit.
Okay, because I'm not really a big movie watcher. Like I don't go out watching random movies
All
a
right,
lot.
so that means we're gonna change that
You're gonna change
because I'm a
that?
huge movie guy. I love watching
Okay,
movies. Yeah,
okay.
so we're gonna make that a thing
I
now.
love watching like I love like looking at the I don't know what the word is
Intrinsics.
like but it's like it ends with ease like intricacies.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I love like watching like what did the directors have in mind? Like what story did they want to tell? That's why I really like Barbie
Mm.
because people that shit on Barbie because like oh mainstream bullshit like LGBTQ like all this like pushing this agenda.
You have a lot of good mainstream movies. Just a
Yeah.
lot of them are also just there for the cash grab.
Yeah, I feel like that one wasn't. I feel like that one genuinely wanted to make like an imprint.
That's how I felt about Inside Out too.
But that's like people knew that was a banger movie.
Yeah.
Barbie people were like, oh, that's gonna be a cash grab. Like Inside Out 2, like I know I haven't watched it yet, but I know it's gonna hit.
It hits.
But Barbie for me hit,
Okay.
but not in the way that like other people were like, oh, cash grab, boring. Like,
Mm.
oh, Margot Robbie's beautiful, this and that. Like, no, there's a really a message in there
Okay.
for men and women.
Okay.
Like, from okay, should I go in and out of this? Or
You can go. You can keep
I
going.
like for guys, like I feel like for the girls, obviously, it's like, oh, Barbie, like Barbie's whatever you make it. Like, be whoever you want to be. Don't let people tell you this is Barbie. Barbie is who you are. For guys, it's like when Ken took over Barbie Land, it felt like men were like, wow, finally, like we can do whatever we want. Like we don't have to care about girls. Like let's make girls do what we say. But at the end of the day, like a guy needs a girl.
They need to
A man needs
coexist,
a
right?
woman. Like
Yeah.
you need a partner with you.
Yeah.
You can't do everything alone. And I think at near the end of the movie, the guys realize that after they kept fighting each other, they're like, "What are we doing? Like we're
Mm.
just fighting over power, but we still feel empty."
Okay. Okay.
So every Ken needs a Barbie.
Mm.
That's why I thought it
Okay.
was coming
Okay.
from. I thought
Okay.
it was an interesting way to
Okay.
put it together, but like there was a real story in that movie.
All right, I fuck with that. I fuck with that. Okay, I
That's how
feel
I feel about it.
yo, you're good with the movie analysis.
Okay,
I
thank
know
you.
we need to watch more movies together
Okay, that's bad
now.
because no one ever hears me out when I talk about Barbie. They're like, "Oh, Barbie, shut the fuck up!" Like,
Well, we got the
you're
list.
gay as hell,
We
man.
got the listeners listening. You got me listening. Now we
Go
got
from the heart.
yeah, exactly from the heart. So we can start a movie podcast now too.
Oh, bad movie podcast. We're on that.
And then we got the basketball podcast.
Yeah, and then the baseball podcast
Oh
comes
yeah,
in.
hell
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. There's
And
three different
it's three
podcasts.
different pods, and then there's one where just shit talk anything, talk about anything,
Four
honestly.
SOD.
Bro, we might need to do
No,
that.
no time. When you start working, you definitely won't be able to do that.
Bet.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Let's talk about basketball now. We're here for
This
basketball.
is the basketball
We've been
podcast.
on this screen for the past 10 minutes. Like, what the hell is even happening? I was explaining what's happening here.
All right, so today we are going to be tier listing the 30 teams in the NBA from A all the way to what is it F tier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bookmark. I just realized my bookmarks are up there.
Bro, does it matter?
No.
Okay, all right. I just know your Amazon orders are there,
Yeah.
but aside from that, we're gonna tier list and we're gonna determine what teams are true contenders and which ones are the shits of the
The
shit.
Fugazis.
Yeah. So
Where do you want to start? The top or the bottom?
let's start at the bottom.
The bottom.
Or
Okay.
do you want to start at the top?
We'll do top
We'll
because
do
like
top.
bottom we kind of know what teams are gonna be down there anyways.
Yeah, Orlando.
Okay, that's not there on that
No,
level.
no, they're not there. They're
All
not
right, so
there.
because let's do tiers because like it's easy. Like
All
for
right.
tier one, number one, I think we can both agree that it's most likely Boston.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll just throw Boston out there because they just won the championship. They brought their whole roster
You
back.
know what I realized? We could have done like alpha like based on the order that we have down there.
Oh, that'd be kind of tough. Oh, you know what? We can do that
I
though.
feel like we could do
I
that.
will start that now because okay, Boston we got out of the way
Boston was like
because we
easy
knew,
S tier, easy S
and
tier.
they were the second team, so it didn't
All right,
matter.
listen, they didn't make any changes to the roster,
No,
but they didn't need to
exactly.
because they already won. So it doesn't matter if they go into the second apron or some shit. This
Yeah,
team is locked in for the next 3 years, and they're competing for the next 3 years, like for sure, for sure. Like
all the guys are in their prime except for Horford. Like it's insane
bro,
how
Horford
that's
out of his prime is still like a top tier role player. I don't care what
yeah,
you
that's
say.
true. That's true. He just comes in like guards and beat for a couple minutes, and that's his job.
Bro, 10 minutes, he's still dropping like 5 and 3. Like that's still solid in
I'll
my
take
opinion.
that for
Yeah.
Horford, old man Horford. Yeah,
Yeah, and he's playing good defense still, good presence on the floor. So like,
and he's a beautiful man. Also, like he just helps your bench look better.
yes,
Like
exactly.
with Derek White there, like you need someone to overset.
And people respect Horford. There's like,
Mhm.
oh yeah, he might be old, but I still gotta guard him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, you can't leave him open. He's not someone that, and you don't shit talk him. Like you see what Giannis did to him. You see what Horford did, bro. He dropped like 30 points
Yeah.
the next game. So like you can't even shit talk
Yeah,
him either.
exactly. Because he's just gonna go back to Atlanta or Horford.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, easy Boston S tier.
S tier, tier one, number one.
Yes.
Atlanta. Now see this is where it's tough because like usually I would go like Denver, like,
Mm.
but no, but now we're doing alphabetical order. Where are you throwing Atlanta? For me, they did have the first pick, but them trading DeJounte is it's a
No,
big
yeah,
hit.
they didn't get anything really.
They kind of like salary dumped him. It felt like for
Like
what
for
happened.
what reason? That's my problem, right? And we talked about this the other pod where they have some bad contracts on that team too that I don't think provide the value that the Hawks actually need.
Mm,
Sure, like Sar is a really nice young piece that you added, but realistically, first year centers struggle in the league
yeah.
unless you're Chet Holmgren or Tim Duncan.
You said sorry, but
Wait, sorry, Rich
yeah,
Yeah, Zachary, right?
yeah.
But like, honestly, like that's actually a solid pick. Sorry, I was thinking of the Wizards, but
I mean that's how irrelevant the pick was. I mean, just on the plane, he's a solid player.
Riz is a good wing. I don't know if he's living up to number one pick potential.
Do you know what his game is like, Ryan? I'm just curious. Like,
It's
have
like
you seen him?
it's kind of like a 3-and-D type of thing.
Okay.
It's kind of like three. It's like Harrison Barnes, but like,
Wow,
what is it?
this
It's like a
bro.
younger Harrison Barnes. Hey,
Like
hey,
a
hey.
mega athlete, like straight dunker.
Like you need to unlock that potential, that side of him
Uh-huh.
to be better. But
Yeah.
like his floor is Harrison Barnes.
Okay, that's a
Yeah.
solid player though.
That's a solid floor, man. Like he's
Uh,
still a starter in his league. So
I mean, Harrison Barnes is like 3 and D. Like, I don't know if Rizzo is three yet.
he has the tools for three.
He could. He's more from when I watched him as like a play. Like, he has potential as a playmaker, a playmaking three or
A
four.
pretty
Like
big one.
he's pretty big. He's pretty big. He's around
What
like
6'7", 6'8"?
yeah.
Yeah.
So he's like small for a power forward size, and like if he can get his playmaking, and all he needs is like a semi decent shot, and then you have like almost OG Anunoby.
I think OG's still better on
Way
the
better,
defensive
yeah, way
side,
better.
but
Yeah. But like, I mean, I don't know what they picked him for, but number one, like they see a lot in him. They put a lot into him,
yeah.
but I mean, it's, at the end of the day, like they're gonna trade Clint Capella. That's all signs are pointing
Well,
to that.
Okongwu playing starting, I think he's ready for that. Like he's been a backup for what, like 10 years?
Feels like it. I mean, that he came in when like Lonzo came into the
Yeah,
league.
bro, that was so long
That was
ago.
like 2017. So
That's almost like, yeah, it's around 7 years ago now.
yeah.
So like, come on, like, but they didn't get anything for DeJounte, Larry Nance, and what, a first or two firsts. Like
Such
that's
random.
not much, man. And I was expecting Brandon Ingram to join. Like if Ingram was on the team, maybe a different story.
Mm-hmm.
But now with what they have, I would put them in the C tier.
C tier.
C tier.
I'm throwing him the D.
D tier.
C tier. I kind of hold that into a higher
I
echelon.
think you still have an all-star type of garden in Trey Young,
I mean, you just saw them last year. They couldn't even compete.
but that's because Trey Young and DeJounte are playing the same position.
Well, you
Like
traded.
I'm thinking about like 20 like five Eastern Conference Finals Trey Young right now. He had a mid type of roster around him too, but
It's the same roster,
that's what
but you
made
take away your second best player.
but you add like the pieces that complement Trey more.
I don't know about C. I don't know.
You don't know about that?
Okay, so I'm looking at my tier list I made
Okay,
for
okay.
just looking at my research.
Yeah.
For C, I have like playing team. You think they're a playing team? You think they're playing?
They could be a playing team.
Okay, I guess I'll throw them in C. We can move them around if we have to. We do have DNF. I'm just saying.
Okay, true. I have them like mid C tier.
Wow, bro, you think they're a good team?
Mid C tier.
That's a good team.
That's an I team because you still have A and B.
Well, S is like two teams.
S is the contender.
S is like real. Okay, oh, S for me was like favorites in their conference.
Oh yeah, no shit.
So I had two teams.
I had four teams.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, but
Okay.
I'm confident with C tier. But if
Okay.
you want to go D tier, we can switch things around.
We'll come back to it after. Yeah.
All right, all right.
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, no, they might be the worst team in the league.
I have them in D tier.
What?
Oh, cool. Oh wait. Also, like my
You
tier.
got no F?
Yeah, I didn't have an F.
I'll put them in F
We'll put them in F.
because
I'm okay with
the
that.
Ben Simmons, Killian Hayes duo
Bro,
is gonna be crazy to watch.
bro, it's a tank squad there.
It is. Yeah, Cam Thomas is gonna be taking. I mean, he's like a fantasy. He might, if you're a punt field goal, he's like maybe your third round pick. Because holy fuck, he's gonna be taking so much
For
shots.
sure, for sure. But the future's looking not bad for them though. I don't think the future's looking
What's
because
their future?
bro,
Tell me who they have.
they got a shit ton of draft picks back from Houston.
Okay, but who do we have right now that you're?
Oh, they don't need that.
They don't need. These guys are all like just
Yeah,
trade pieces, right?
yeah, they're all trade pieces.
So Claxton,
Claxton's the one solid like bright spark.
he's
they
definitely a
have.
trade piece though for me. Like
Yeah.
he's like 24. Like by the time you get these guys, like the pick in 2025,
You're
2030.
going to ship Claxton to a contender and you're going to get even more draft picks. They're just trying to replicate
Yeah,
what OKC did.
basically.
So I'm excited for their future, but as of right now, they're not. They're an F tier team.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They have some promising guys. Like they're bigs, like Noah Clowney, Tariq Whitehead. I like both of those guys.
Mhm.
And as bigs, like they could carve a role. Like they remind me of like Mark Williams and Nick Richards for
From the
Charlotte.
Charlotte
They're
Hornets.
just two like promising rim running bigs that could develop a better skill set in a good system. And they do have and um who, who who's their coach? Is it still Jock Vaughn? I think they moved on, right?
Yeah, it's not a Jacques
It's a
Monte.
development guy for sure though. So I don't know. We'll see what happens in the future, but next year it definitely is not their
Yeah.
year.
But I don't care. They have a bright future still with that many of their own draft picks back in control.
Which is crazy because they traded all them away, got him back, traded them back away for KD, and then now they got him back.
Yeah. So it's a fine, man. It's fine, honestly.
Joe Tsai is just like
Let him cook.
bipolar with the picks.
Let him cook for the next 5 years. Maybe he'll cook
Okay.
something up. Maybe a play-in spot.
Playing spot? Okay,
Yeah.
we'll take that. Like the D'Lo
Exactly.
story. Okay, bet.
Charlotte.
What do you say? You hate this team. Like you hate the guys on this team.
I like the jerseys.
Okay. You do like the jersey.
I like Nick Richards.
You do like Nick Richards.
I like Seth Curry.
He's on the team.
He's back on the team, yeah.
Okay.
But the team though in itself, like constructed with Mr. Glass ankles.
Don't diss my boy LaMelo.
Hey, I wear his shoes when we play. Like,
I wear his shoes
you know
too.
what I mean? Like I love the guy, but like
You call him glass ankles, but you wear his shoes.
Yeah.
Like just take that in.
because I wore his first pair, the one before he started breaking
Oh,
his ankles.
okay, fair. I wear the new
The
pair.
current
I
ones.
wear the glass ankle shoes.
Okay,
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 okay.
I understandable.
Yeah, but like that, like you said earlier before the pod, like they have it's a team with aura. You said that.
Did I say that?
Yeah, you did say that. But the team isn't like constructed to be like to withstand the regular season
Is it
without
even
LeBron.
constructed? It's
Nah,
like
bro, it's
a,
picked up. They picked up people from the street. Like
it's
that's
like a it's like a in progress construction building. Like
nah, bro. Like they don't even have the blueprints out yet.
it's just, like you have Lamelo, like you have a really good worker, and then you just have like don't know what else is happening after
Yeah,
that. Like we'll
Nick
see. Nick
Richards.
Richards, we'll see.
I put them like based on my tier list. It was like bottom D, so I guess like
Okay, bottom.
bottom D, or I guess like F tier.
Okay.
Or do we want to put one team in F tier and put the rest in D tier?
No, that's so rude.
All
Okay, let's make it look good for now.
right, all right.
So we'll keep him in the bottom because for me, they do have potential. You know, like if Lamelo stays healthy, Lamelo he does fight.
Yeah, fair.
At the end of the day, like if you're in the clutch, Lamelo is one of those guys
Yeah.
that will be having the ball in his hands. And we've seen that game against Boston, that one that went to OT. He carried.
Yeah.
There's another game against the Pacers, and he played like 40 games. A game against the Pacers where he guarded Tyrese Halliburton at the
Hmm.
end of the game and stripped the ball from him twice
Yeah.
to win the game. Like he's a clutch player. He's a guy that I do want the ball in his
True.
hands. So as long as they can keep the game close, and if he's healthy, him and Miles Bridges, Mark Williams stays healthy,
Hmm.
they do have potential to be a good team.
Fair.
So I do like them not being an F because
They have
they can be
they
there.
have the ability to,
Yeah.
but most likely that's like a 10% chance
Yeah.
probability,
Yeah.
you know? Like
It probably won't happen, but like you can at least see like with Brooklyn, there's no vision.
there's no vision at all. Like
Yeah, I
you have
guess
no
no
hope for
no
this
dream
team.
of it. Yeah.
Exactly.
But with Charlotte, like you can see in the distant future, like if Steve Clifford can like make something happen,
If you can pull through, like okay, my
playing
bad.
birth will happen.
My bad. Like
Yeah.
play in is possible.
I won't
Love
say I didn't see it happening. I won't say that, but like I'm surprised.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
All right, we spent like too long on Charlotte already.
Okay, that's fine.
Chicago. Where are you
I,
putting them?
I kind of like sneakily feel good about this team. The way Josh Giddey has played in the Olympics and the role that he's gonna have on this team with no DeMar and maybe Levine being gone, like him and Kobe White, that's an interesting backcourt pairing.
That is a
It
very
really is.
interesting backup player.
Because if you have Giddey just setting up Kobe White all the time,
Mm-hmm.
that's really good. And Vooch maybe has a bounce back season. You never know. And then they have Pat Williams signed for the next like 10,000 years. Like I don't mind the roster construction on this team. I don't.
It's not a bad one, but it's a far cry from what they had last season when they
Yeah.
were going for a play-in spot.
And with them letting go of Lonzo as well, it seems like I feel like they should keep Lonzo just because I think there is a chance like maybe you could play Lonzo at the three or Giddey at the three. There's
Giddy at the three makes more sense in my opinion because you don't want to put Lonzo in a situation where he's like, oh, I got a new knee, and now like fuck, now I got to guard the best player all over again.
no, but are the best players at the three?
A
I
lot
think
of
the
them.
threes are usually hiding these guys kind of.
Really, you think
You
so?
think?
I think a lot of the threes are solid, like very good
Maybe
defenders.
you're right. Maybe you're
Herb
right.
Jones,
Kentavious Caldwell,
OG, KCP, like all these guys are very good defenders.
especially on the good teams. You're
Yeah.
right about that. Yeah,
So
yeah.
I wouldn't want to put Lonzo there just yet. Maybe
Just
at the
yet.
two. Maybe the two.
At
I'm
the
okay
two.
with
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Because Kobe White kind of
Kobe
has to play guard
Kobe can play the one, Lonzo can play the two,
and
and
get.
then Giddey can play the three.
If he gets a bit more size, I could see it happening. All he needs to do is just stay in front of a guy for maybe like one or two drives.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all he has to do, and then
See,
help
like
him
that
out.
starting five isn't a terrible starting five.
It's not
Like
horrible.
that's
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to put out here. But I don't know. Like you traded Alex Caruso for like you don't have a bench anymore.
See, he would have been your three. Like
Yeah.
he would have helped so
Easy,
much.
easy.
I could have put them in C if that was the case.
I mean, technically, I have them top of D tier, bottom C tier.
I do have them D, so
All right, we'll put them top of
yeah, I'll
D
put them
tier
top of
then.
D.
But like Chicago Bulls fans, like y'all are y'all are crying too much. Like it's not a terrible team.
It's not even like, y'all act like y'all are the worst team in the league.
Yeah, you're not. You just have the worst front office in the league. Like,
Exactly.
there's a difference.
Like you have talent. Like Levine, if Lonzo stays, like Vooch and Kobe White. Like Kobe White, like I'm jumping for joy if I'm a Chicago fan
Yeah.
right now because at least you have someone that's good.
You have the ability to get better moving forward
Yeah.
with Kobe White.
You have someone with positive trade value. Finally.
But knowing the front office, they're gonna trade Kobe White for 2 seconds.
Yeah, trade for like I don't know some random bum ass team like Detroit's gonna trade for him for like Marvin Bagley.
Probably.
Like, you never know. But for now, time being, like be happy.
top of D tier.
Yeah.
Hopefully play in. Like we said with Charlotte, you could be a play in team.
Yeah. Like
Could be.
if the talent speaks for itself, you can't have.
All right, so I guess S tier is like for sure contender.
Yeah, like yeah.
A is like you could be a contender.
Like you're fighting for a top 5 seed.
All right. B is like pretender.
Like
C
yeah,
is solid, like in the running for play in.
yeah.
D is like could be play
They're
in.
like 10 to 12
Yeah,
range.
okay. And then F is
And
like,
yeah, like
yeah, you're tanking, man.
yeah, like
Like
there's no hope.
there's no hope for you guys
Like
this
I don't
season.
really
At least this season.
yeah, this season,
Yeah.
yeah.
Cleveland.
For me, Cleveland, I'm pretty high on them
Hmm.
just because they've been together for a couple years
I
now.
know, right?
So they build a little bit of
You got
continuity.
the chemistry is gonna hit in at some point,
Exactly.
right? And
Yeah.
it was just a really bad season last year with all the injuries, like we've talked about before.
And I think a big one is Mitchell's contract was talked about so much. I think it got to the team as well.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, is he gonna stay? If he stays, like everyone's safe. But if he
Yeah.
leaves, that means we're all going to be shipped out. All this is for nothing. But like
Yeah.
now that you lock down all four of your guys, like this summer, like you pretty much like, all right, this is the core we're gonna move on for at least the next 2 years.
Hmm.
Let's try and do something with it. Okay, bet. I like where it's going. Bottom of A tier.
Yeah. I had them around A to even B tier, but
I
I
think
think
they're
top of B would make
top of
better sense.
top of B.
A is still like very strong teams. Like Cleveland, there
In the
is a
last
chance.
few years, they were the fourth, fifth
They've been a
seed.
high seed, but in the playoffs they've always failed. It's been Mitchell, and then everyone else kind of just falls apart.
Fair, fair.
Last year, I think Mobley did do a good job of stepping up in the playoffs, but we still need to see improvements. Like Jared Allen has been their best center. As much as I love Mobley, like
Hmm.
Jared Allen's been their best rim protector. Like
Yeah.
Mobley's just he gets blocks, but he's just not solid enough. He's
All
not
right.
professional.
I'm
But
comfortable with
okay.
top of B tier.
We need to see more from Garland and Mobley
Yes,
for me to have them in A.
I think Garland is just gonna have a really good bounce back season. I've said this before.
Yeah, you said this
Yeah,
before.
but top of B tier, I am perfectly okay with that.
Yeah,
All
that's
right,
fine.
all right. I think this is where the disagreements are going to come in for the next team.
Okay.
I think the Mavericks are an S tier team.
Okay.
They didn't. They only lost Derrick Jones Jr.,
Okay.
but you replace that with Najee Marshall, and you bring in Klay Thompson,
Yeah, that's
and that
strong.
easy. And you were in the finals last year. You easily took care of the Timberwolves. You got out of like the team everyone thought was gonna had a good chance of win with the Suns. Like holy shit, man! Like there's no way you're not an S tier team in my
That
opinion.
does actually make a lot of sense. Nothing, but you do eat two of the best teams in your
Yeah.
conference. Yeah.
So to me, it's like you if anything, you just got better after this
Mhm.
offseason. Like obviously the season still needs to proceed for me to make
Yeah.
a adjust, but like prediction wise, S tier for me. Like if not, very top of A tier
No,
team.
I'll go with S with you because you're right. Like they did it get better,
Yeah,
flat out get better. Like
yeah.
Najee Marshall and Klay Thompson, and you
And
look at the way.
Dinwiddie's back too. Like he was an amazing Maverick.
Yeah, he'd be a great bench piece. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Like on the minutes that where Luca's out, like him and Kyrie
yeah,
probably play pretty well together.
exactly.
And with Luca, like he's an MVP player. So like worst case scenario, everyone plays like shit. All you need is Luca to carry you, and you'll be like a top 5
Yeah.
seed. So yeah, no, that makes sense. A lot of
Yeah.
sense. Yeah.
But again, like A tier, top of A tier would make sense to me as well if you wanted to go in that direction.
I had them in top of A just because they struggled so much last year, like in the regular season, where like it kind of all came together in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So if it does continue like the same momentum that they rode, then yeah, they'll be S tier. But like you never know. Like they did struggle the last couple of
Yeah,
years.
but they also added like championship level like players
Yeah.
in Klay Thompson and like very good underrated role players in Najee Marshall and Dinwiddie. So
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm gonna put them S tier.
Okay. So where's Denver at for you? Did you have them in A?
I had them in A, top of A tier.
Okay. Okay.
They lost too much. They okay, so one summer they lose fucking Bruce Brown and Jeff Green, and then they go ahead and lose
Their
KCP.
best wing defender. Yeah.
So you're slowly getting worse, but you still have the best player in the world on your team
Yeah. It's hard.
with like one of the best second options of all time.
Who has been struggling in the Olympics too?
Yeah, but like Mr. RJ's been stepping up though, so
No faith. I have no faith in RJ. I can't lie. Like it's foreshadowing for the Raptors, but like okay.
uh but you still have the best player in the world.
Yeah, you do.
That's my thing, right? Like and like I don't know how much adding Russell Westbrook will really help the group.
It kind of makes you worse, I feel like, because the minutes he plays, like he's kind of just not doing much
Because
out there.
I love Westbrook, first of all.
Yeah.
I just don't think he's one of those guys who can really play alongside another superstar because he needs the ball too much in his hands.
Yeah.
That's why it didn't work out in Houston. It didn't work out with LA. It didn't work out in fucking Washington. Like
Well, in Washington, it did work out.
it didn't.
It did because he got traded from that team. But when he averaged a triple double and they
Got
made the playoffs.
still got destroyed in the first
Well,
round.
making the playoffs is and for Washington, that's the win.
Okay,
Okay,
fair,
like
fair.
for Washington, that's a win. Like that team was ass, but him and Beal carried them, so
All
I
right.
think that was fine.
Okay.
But
Okay.
like when you play along like a real superstar like LeBron, like yeah, it doesn't work.
So, but like again, he can take all the minutes that Jokic is playing and still like at least put numbers on the board when the Joker and Murray are out. So
Yeah,
that to me, it's not a loss, but it's still kind of you're taking one step forward and two steps back in this
yeah.
case.
Losing KCP hurts so much, and at this point,
Fuck, never mind, three steps back.
yeah, and you need to bank on your young guys like Strother, Pickett,
Brown,
Tyson. Like
yeah,
Brown, I think is solidified in that. But like when the bench comes out, it's Westbrook, Brown, and then like who else are you doing?
yeah, Andre Jordan.
Yeah, like you need something else with you. So I think A does make sense. Like it's tough to say, but like man, like they might be middle of A. Like it's I don't see a real path for these guys to be insane,
Middle of
insane team.
A, I think I can't say middle of A just yet because the best player in the world is still
It's
in
still on
that
the team,
team.
but Giannis was the best player a couple years ago, and they only had a one real good year that to win the championship with. Like
I
having the
mean,
best player,
they did capitalize.
they did capitalize, and so did Denver.
Yeah,
But
but if
it's
anything, Milwaukee just got more solid in my opinion this year.
oh, I was talking about like the last couple of years. But they've been like they had the best player, to be
Mm.
honest. But what the
We'll
May?
put them A tier, but we'll decide if it's top or bottom or like mid.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, what else? Yeah, Detroit. Wow, this is kind of a jump off of cliff here.
Truly.
I mean, let's just do it.
Let's just do them a mercy kill.
Yeah,
I don't think we really need to comment. Everyone kind of knows what's going on there.
yeah. Cade is doing a lot of heavy lifting now.
He's the only one doing the lifting.
Yeah, now that Killian Hayes is off the team, I want to see Ivy get more run because he does have a lot of potential as like a slashing guard,
Mhm.
secondary ball handler. Like the coach doesn't like Monty didn't really like him.
Well,
Like
well, Monty's off the team now,
he was
so
up the team.
and what Coach Bud is it? No, Bud's with Phoenix now, right?
Yeah, I don't even know who the coach
I
is.
don't.
I couldn't even tell you.
It's I think they brought in someone nice. I remember they brought in someone nice, like someone who actually has like that experience.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
So like bottom of F tier, probably, but like we'll see, man. Like
Yeah.
definitely not competing for a play-in spot at all this year,
Nah,
in
probably
my
not.
opinion. In my opinion,
Well, I hope so. I mean, Duran, who knows? Maybe Duran turns into Bam Adebayo.
bro. If he does, like I'll buy a Duran jersey.
If he ever opens his eyes on defense, like it would help. But yeah, he'll
He
be.
got the tools for it.
He does. He
Yeah,
does. I mean, he's a board man. I mean, I picked him up in fantasy. I turned into like the best rebounding team in the league.
you did, you did.
Okay, Golden State, they lost a lot.
Top of C tier.
Top of CT. Yeah.
Top of C tier.
Okay. I
You
agree.
still have the best shooter in the world, and
Whoa, we used to.
you still have it.
Oh, yeah, I thought you said used to
No,
have.
no, you
Oh, you
still.
still
Sorry,
have. I
sorry.
was like, whoa. Who's the best shooter
The
in the league?
team still has the best shooter in the world, and yes, it's not the Splash Brothers anymore, but it's the Splash Buddies with Buddy
Yeah.
Hield, right?
Okay.
Come on, like I know I've been saying he's a non-factor in the playoffs, but this team's competing for the play-in. Like I'm sure he'll show up in the play-in game.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah,
Like, come on, man.
and bro, like underrated signing, D'Anthony Melton.
Oh yeah, he's a huge pickup. He's one of the most like sought after free agents.
Yeah,
As a backup guard, and for the Golden State again, like
bro, it
you,
works.
I think, I think you start Curry and Melton.
No, you do. Okay, this is my lineup: Curry, Melton, Heald, Draymond, Looney. That's the team I go with.
Looney,
Yeah,
Looney's washed.
bro. I don't have.
I'm sorry, but
What other big men do they have?
I'm throwing Draymond. I'm sorry. I don't know who else. Who else is even on the rotation?
Because you can put Kaminga or
Oh, you know what it is? They want to start Pozemski, so it's gotta be Curry
Ooh,
Pozemski.
so it's Curry, Podensky, and then Melton.
Pro- maybe Wiggins, Screen, Looney. Maybe that's
Fuck, I forgot Wiggins was on the team.
Did you not say Wiggins?
No,
Oh, you didn't say
I
Wiggins.
forgot Wiggins was on the team.
Oh, so then
Because he was
yeah,
he was such a lot
yeah, he was so bad last
Yeah,
year. But maybe yeah, because Curry Pozemski, that's what they want,
yeah,
and then Heald, Wiggins, Green.
that could work.
That's
That
probably
could
starting,
work.
and then Looney has to play backup center.
Yeah,
And then but Melton needs minutes because he's a really good
He's
player.
a
Last year he was an
actually
insane
the bench is
shooter.
actually not bad.
Yeah,
Melton, Anderson, and Heald.
that's a
That's
solid.
that is
You get into the play-ins, like you're winning that game
yeah,
with that
easy,
bench.
easy.
That's the best bench in the play-in.
And
Easily.
you still have like, yeah, Moody's like hasn't been doing well, but I'm sure he'll turn around at some point this
I
season.
mean, he's a good player.
Yeah, so bro,
I'm
that's four
I'm
pieces up there.
confident. Yeah. What the
Yeah.
fuck? This is a good team, bro. Not B yet.
But top,
Top of C.
I think this is the best C tier team.
Yeah, the best. Like, if there was like a B, C, like middle tier,
Like a
like
like
Golden
a
State's
like a
there.
B minus
Yeah,
tier,
like, if
right?
there's a B minus, like Golden State's in there because
Yeah.
it's a good roster, all in
But
all.
it's not a fifth seed to eighth seed type of team. It's
No,
a tenth seed.
it's like a 10 seed prayed on Curry to go crazy
Yeah.
kind of team. So
Yeah.
I'll
Because
like
if one injury happens to Curry, it goes from C to D tier,
easily like Draymond's their best player.
and that's sad.
Yeah, I mean, unless Draymond turns into 2016
No, no,
Draymond.
no. Draymond's gonna be suspended, bro.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's it's gonna be a doghouse in there. Like
Yeah.
every game, like the opponent's gonna be like wearing ankle braces, elbow pads. Like it's gonna be insane. Well, I like where Golden State's at.
All right.
Houston.
I'm glad we were on the same page.
Okay, Houston. Maybe they be but the disagreement, but like
Ooh.
I
What do you have?
I put him in B.
I can see why.
You see why,
I can
right?
see why.
You can see why. The
I
vision is very much
it's
alive.
there. It's very much there. I don't know if they're playoff ready yet.
You don't know.
Because the West is just so good.
Hear me out. Okay, you have a top five coach in the league
Mhm.
who is very smart, really good at rotations, and you have so many young players. Okay, you have Van Vliet as your starting guard. You have Reed Shepard. You have Jalen Green as your other guards. Dylan Brooks is there. And for your forwards, you have Jay Sean Tate, Tari Eason, Alperen Şengün, Jabari Smith. Like, you have an endless rotation of guys to play
Mhm.
around with. And if the game gets close, you need a certain guy to step in, you have like three options at each position to throw in there. I mean, you have an insane lineup of guys, and each getting a year better with the same team. No one really like didn't bring anyone in really. I think this team just gets better. It's a clear case of just like a big step up team for me.
Yeah, I think you make like
I mean, should I
I
say
think
that forward rotation again? Ari Easton, Jay Sean Tate, Jabari Smith, Alperen Şengün.
yeah, yeah. So
Oh my god.
I didn't consider all of these guys were so young.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
because the Rockets have been bad for the last like 5 years in my opinion.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been like a
So to me, it's just like fuck. Like ever since James Harden left, this team has just been a dumpster fire.
no culture.
Yeah. So, but like with bringing this you like these young guys in and like having one of the best coaches in the league, like you're changing my mind for putting them C to
They're dogs.
yeah.
And they're all dogs on that
Because
team.
I had the mid C tier. I had them as a mid C tier team just
Uh-huh.
because they didn't have that like
Superstar.
yeah, like you didn't have that go-to guy right
Yeah.
away. But again, you have three like score first type of guys that you can like just swing the rock to, and it's just like fuck, like
It's a well-oiled machine. That's what it feels like to
you
me.
might be onto something
Each
here.
guy in the team is there's no liabilities, and on top of that,
And
that's a strong defense.
both of these guys are improving. Like I think the only veteran guys like that are old are Fred VanVleet, former All-Star,
Hmm.
and Dylan Brooks, like pretty much an all NBA type of defender.
Yeah, and he's
gonna
a
be honest,
dog.
right? Yeah.
He's no pushover.
And everyone else is just like young and constantly improving.
Yeah, you can put a lineup, at least like seven different guys. That's an all NBA lineup. Like,
I think I'll let you cook on this one.
okay, thank you.
I think B tier is a good
I
one.
appreciate it.
Probably bottom of B tier though, right? Because
I
it's
would
not
I,
proven.
I would fight for a mid tier
Yeah,
B
okay. Let's
because
see what we got.
it's a very strong defense.
Yes.
That's where like you have like, even Şengün is like a top
Yes.
15 defender at his position. So,
Yes.
like it's that's what wins championships.
I like the thought process. I just want to see this translate this year.
Okay, a lot of passion in
Yeah, I know.
Thank
You're a Houston guy.
This is your team now. So
This is my team now, and don't flame me for this one.
Okay, where are you putting them?
Bottom A tier. Bottom A tier. Because you can't disrespect. I know a lot of people like, oh, it's a fluke, like Eastern Conference Finals run. Bro, Neesmith, Nemhard, like these guys are like still stepping up. Like they're still young and improving,
Okay.
and they got them on cheap contracts, so like they have a good window to sign even more guys and like not sign, but like take on bigger contracts, like for bigger salaries. You just resigned Pascal Siakam, who's damn near your one of the best guys in that.
In the playoffs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tyrese is still young and improving. Yes, he's been a little more injured and all, but don't doubt the man. Like
Yeah.
I think he's
A
and
fully healthy Tyrese, we've seen what he did.
yeah, and fucking Miles Turner, he's in the conversation for like potential All-Star each year.
He
Like,
actually is. Like he just doesn't have the numbers for it, but he's always
but
there.
like he's always in the conversation for it. So like,
Yeah.
and that's just your starting five. Like you still have like I know he's fallen off, but Benedict Mathurin still like he still had a lot of stuff to prove in his rookie year, and
Mhm.
like
And he's still young.
he's still young. He could turn things around. Obi Toppin, like holy fuck.
Yeah, Obi's the guy that everyone's banking on.
Yeah.
If he can really get a shot down, he's like one of the best backups in the league.
My thing is just like people sleep on the Pacers
Me, yes.
because they're not a flashy team.
They're not. I mean, they are because Tyrese, the fastest offense in the league, like fastest team in the league. But
Yeah.
it's just Siakam, just no aura. Like just he just makes them just look like shit. I don't know.
But you put like
I
the
was so
you
dissed.
can't put an Eastern Conference Finals run as a fluke.
But you can't, 'cause Portland did that in 2015, like, and then they've just been a mid team ever since. You know,
Yeah, but
that
like
was
you got
Dame. That was Dame Dollar.
but like you got fucking like Boston. Every game against Boston was so fucking close, man.
They should have won the first three games.
Yeah, so that's what I
Okay,
mean.
you know what? Just for that, like, I can be with you there. I mean, look,
And they're
we're so good at this. Like, this is so nice.
and they're such a good regular season team too.
Yeah, they are.
Like they made it to the fucking play in like the tournament. Like, come
They
on.
made it to the finals of that team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. Maybe I should stop.
And they didn't even have Siakam at the time. Like it was like that team in itself is just really good without it. And Bruce Brown was a non-factor for that team until the trade deadline.
Like now they got off a salary too. Like,
Yeah,
who knows? Like in a trade deadline, they might be a team to watch.
yeah. So that's what I think. But
Bottom of A.
bottom of A.
Is there an argument for top of B for you?
There could be, but we got to see who else we got.
Okay,
coming up.
okay. Clippers. This one is losing Paul George is a huge fall off.
Mid B tier.
Mid B.
Mid D.
I had them C. Kawhi as their best player, super injury prone. You need him to play most of the games to even have a chance. Because Harden's your next best player, and after Harden, there's nobody. It's Powell and Zubac
Yeah.
and Batum. I don't know if this is a playoff team anymore. Truthfully, I don't think so.
That Paul George thing, like
He was
stings
carrying
a lot.
them.
That
Yeah.
stings a lot. But I just think that you can't discount.
I can.
You can.
I can discount.
I don't think you can discount Harden. I don't think you can.
Harden.
I hate Harden. Like you know this. I don't like Harden.
You
But
don't like him.
I respect that he has been able to carry like be a real like be the best second best player on a Philly team before he got to LA.
Okay.
He's been the best player on some nights where both Kawhi and PG were out.
Was he though? Or was it just is it the contract talking to you? Because I think Harden is around like a 20 million kind of player. Like he's not. He's
But
not a
he's such
starter.
a
No.
great facilitator. Like I
He is.
told you, I
He is.
hate how he plays.
He
Like I
really
hate
is.
Houston Rocket, like hard. I hated that guy. But he's such a damn good presence on
So,
that
so you're
team.
believing in high usage Harden right now.
Yeah.
But
And they taking out Westbrook fixes so much for them. You replace it with Chris Dunn, who's like a defensive first type of guard.
he is, yeah.
Like you
We're
get
gassing Chris Dunn though. Like
we
it's
we
getting
are
pretty bad right now.
we
It's a playoff team we're talking about. Like I think
But
C is they're playing. Come on, like top of C. Like you have Harden and Kawhi. One of these guys to get hurt, you're done for. The rest of
no,
your
that's
life
the
is done.
thing. Yeah, no, you're so right.
You're banking on Kawhi. You need Kawhi to play at least half.
so
the season.
right on that.
It's hard. It's because
But if Kawhi does play the fucking entire
when has he done that though? In the last 5 years?
2019
2019, when he had the best medical staff.
best supporting staff supporting cast around him too.
Yeah, best supporting cast. Like the Grammys best supporting cast was there, and he doesn't have that no more.
Yeah, that's true. But
It's an aging
the
roster.
only guy he has left is Norman Powell on that
And
team.
Zubox. That's it. That's all I got. And maybe if they run through Zubox more, like, because like Zubox is untapped potential at 28. Like
He's only 28.
he's young, man.
Fuck.
He's
I
young.
thought he was like 33.
He looks like it, right? He does. Like he's a dumb looking guy, but
Bro, I thought he was like Valanciunas type of age.
no, he thought he was 33.
Yeah.
No. He's a younger guy. So, but I can't get there with playoffs for me.
Can we put them after the Warriors then?
Oh, I thought you wanted them in B. You want?
Yeah, but like,
Yeah, I'd see. I'm anyone to see. It's cool.
because C makes sense, but I was just banking on them if they were all healthy.
C for Clippers, Ryan.
True.
Okay, what are you banking on?
I was
On
if
healthy.
everyone like I was looking at this
No
entire thing,
injuries.
no
You can't
injuries
do
at
that,
all.
Ryan.
But I was trying to do
Why-
that, right?
How can you do that?
All right. Lakers.
Lakers. I had them in B. Just to start it off with that.
I had
Because
them top of B tier. I had them top of B tier.
you really like this team.
Well,
They
it's
made no
it's
changes.
fucking LeBron,
It's
bro.
LeBron, but it's 40-year-old LeBron.
Bro, 40-year-old LeBron's still the best player in the fucking Olympics.
He is, but is he doing this in an 82 game season?
He could still.
He could, but top of B. The last season they barely just were just there. They were barely there.
Still won the tournament.
They won the tournament, but they're barely in the
All right, all right, all right.
playoffs.
I gotta rethink this through because I did this a
Okay.
while ago. Like,
Think about the team. Okay. Is Hachimura okay, wait. You know what? Maybe this is why you're right, because they got rid of Darvin Ham.
mhm.
With JJ Redick, I could see
No,
them
that
being
could
okay.
see.
No, you're right. Maybe they're actually what do you say? B?
Let's say middle B tier, and then we'll decide.
I think they're better than Cleveland.
You think
But
they're
I
better?
think there are more teams that are better than LA in this team.
Because I think LeBron and AD in itself is just a fucking unstoppable duo right
Yeah.
there. And then you just need the rest of the supporting cast to pitch in. Like, D'Lo needs to do his shit. Like,
Gabe Vincent needs to play.
Gabe Vincent, when he plays, he's actually not
He's
bad.
good. I
Yeah.
like him. He's a good
And
shooter.
then what? Austin Reeves just needs to like keep doing his own thing.
He's been solid, yeah.
Yeah, so like I don't think it's bad. And fuck, bro, JJ Redick's so smart that he's gonna come up with an open shot every possession.
It's about health though. It's same with these guys. Like LeBron's getting
And
so old.
age, I think it's age more.
Yeah, AD with the injuries, LeBron with the age. Like you need to rely on that being super healthy. Like it's not like other teams where like Luke and Kyrie with Dallas, like you know that they're gonna be fresh.
Mhm.
Like they both take care of themselves. Like LeBron's just getting too old, and AD just can't stay healthy. It's hard. Like you banking on them to stay healthy. It's hard.
But like AD's been pretty healthy his last
Yeah.
2 3 seasons, right?
Yes. Yeah.
LeBron, even though he's like 40, is still playing 70 games a season. Like I don't see how it can't change. Like it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna change.
Okay.
Ever since they got to LA, I feel like aside from that one year with LeBron's like his groin injury, he's been pretty healthy.
Okay.
Yeah, he's still been an Iron Man. Not Mikal Bridges, but like still pretty good.
Yeah. For where he's at, like yeah,
Yeah.
very very good. Yeah.
I say B tier's fine.
Yeah. B tier's actually.
B tier's fine.
I think I'm too harsh on them. Memphis,
I think people are sleeping on them.
I haven't B as well.
I have them actually just underneath the Lakers.
I have them above the Lakers.
Above the Lakers.
Yeah. You gotta think when last time these guys were all healthy,
They were the second seed in the
their
West.
second seed and Jaren Jackson was just coming into his
And
own.
he just won a DPOY.
And Desmond Bain was just coming into his
And
own.
they added Marcus Smart.
Uh-huh.
I think above the Lakers makes sense. Just you gotta get into a rhythm because
Mm.
a lot of these guys haven't played with each other at all,
That's a good point. Yeah.
and like it's gonna take time for Ja to be himself after that surgery, because labrum tears are no joke. That's when your fucking shoulders like destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I think it'll take some time, but Marcus Smart could fill in some. You have two DPOYs on that roster right there.
Which is crazy to say because
Yeah.
Marcus Smart is not a DPOY. I'm sorry.
Like award wise, you have two
He
DPOYs
he
there.
is a DPOY. Yeah.
But I think like just after the Lakers, to me makes sense just because like they need to.
Yeah. We haven't seen them enough.
Yeah, no, we haven't seen them
Maybe
at
we
all.
should put them behind Cleveland as well because
Yes,
it's just you need
yeah,
to see something from
yeah.
them. Okay.
Everyone, bro, they had like what 55 different players suit up last season.
Yeah, it was like Gigi Jackson, the youngest guy in the league, is
It was
playing.
really
It's
bad.
hard. It's hard.
So now that you have a hopefully healthy roster, like just
And you get Brandon Clark back. Like
yeah,
these are all guys that were contributing back when they were in the playoffs, the second seed. So
yeah,
it's all about how strong they start. So it's
yeah.
Miami. Oh, Miami.
That's a
Miami. I had them in A tier.
the anime tier, bottom B tier.
For me, I think after watching Bam in the Olympics,
Yeah.
I think this is a new regime for Miami. I think you're running stuff through Bam more. You're getting him more shots. You're getting him shooting threes. And once you get Bam as a threat, Jimmy's game opens up so much more. And with a fresh new season, I feel like last year it was so like congested with Miami. Like guys are in and out. It's rough
You
to
had people.
play.
You had to run through a Jimmy Butler who wasn't there,
Uh-huh.
and Bam was still getting into like being the guy on the team.
No one
Like,
was bought in. Hero was out for most of the year. Now
and
you have all these guys back.
for a whole season.
A whole season.
Instead of just fucking Terry Rozier come in at like 30 games left in the
Randomly
season.
comes like
Yeah.
you have him there instead of Lowry. You bring back Hayward Highsmith. And for me, man, my boy, Khalil Ware comes in. as they're
Bam A
really
tier
big.
still really high though.
They got the Twin Towers, but they can shoot. They got the Cleveland Twin Towers, but they can shoot. I think like, I get to see a vision. I see something in the distance. I'm
They
like,
have Eric Spoelstra, like so one of the best coaches in
I
the
see the light at the end of the tunnel. I took salvia. I can see the visions. I see the people talking to me. I think Miami's poised for a bounce back year this year. They've been in the dirt for so long. This is the year where they're coming to really make their stamp. I think this is a strong roster.
I'm gonna say the same thing we talked about the Clippers though. Health.
I what's wrong with the hell? I mean, Jimmy Butler,
Jimmy Butler coast through the
he
right,
coasts, but he's not injured.
bro, but like
He's not. No one's injured on that team. Like Hero, maybe yes, but
Heroes.
everyone else is an Iron Man. Everyone, everyone, man. They're all dogs on that team,
I
man.
know, I know.
Scary Terry is coming back,
We
shooting like
we
Michael
we,
Jordan.
we gotta ship off Duncan Robinson though. Like,
Ah,
or
no, keep him, bro.
keep him.
I think he's good for this roster.
Okay, all right. We
I
did talk. I did say he was one of the worst
He
contracts
was,
last
but
time.
at this point, it's too late. You know, you kept him for the past 5 years. Like you need him now.
Just like you've already committed.
Yeah,
Right.
stick to it. It's a strong roster. It's
All
a
right.
well-built
No,
team,
it's
and Bam is the first option. Like
well, who's the bench?
I can tell you, man. I'm right now. I'm just thinking about the starting
Yeah.
roster, the playoffs
Like there's,
side of it.
I
Like
just don't know if there's a bench either. Like what happens when once Jimmy decides to sit out like 60 games?
then you got Bam running the first option with Terry Rozier. But let me look at them right now.
Yeah.
Just so because this will solidify it.
Spoelstra's one of the best coaches in the league, and Bam's running the game.
You have Kevin Love, Alec Burks, Josh Christopher, Thomas Bryant,
Okay.
Nikola Jovic, Patty Mills.
Oh, Patty Mills is on the team?
Apparently,
Yeah, 18.
apparently.
18 then.
18.
Bro, Australian, like Team Australia,
The
Patty
best
Mills
player. I
is
mean,
the best player in
that's
the
all you got. Yeah.
All right, put him bottom A tier. I'm okay with
You're
that.
okay with that?
I'm okay with
I
that.
talked you into A tier. No pushback.
Well, I had to push back,
And I just
but
said, fuck
when you
you.
started telling me about the bench, I was just like, fuck it, it's not that
I
bad.
just started naming names, and you're like, oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Sure.
You could have said Udonis Haslam. It's like shit,
You're like,
bro.
damn, they do have a bench.
Milwaukee. I don't know if you like mine.
Okay.
Uh, just after Denver.
Oh, I'm fine with that.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm fine with that. I think Dame and Giannis with a fresh season this year, like
Bro, they have a season to work together, like getting the chemistry together.
yeah.
And you add fucking Gary Trent Jr., who replaces Malik Beasley
Mm-hmm.
on a minimum deal. Like, fuck, that's
Crazy.
bro. This guy damn near averaged 17 a game like 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, and he was just out of it in Toronto. He didn't want to even be there anymore.
Yeah.
Like now he's at a fresh area where he can make a new name for himself.
Yeah, you're bringing Torian Prince, like
Underrated pickup.
very under for a minimum deal as well. Like, these are guys that can contribute right away. And yes, it's still an older roster, but we've seen what Chris Middleton can do. He could turn back time.
Yeah, we just saw it.
We just saw it.
He became unwashed.
This
like,
this guy scored 11 points a game to 26. Like, come on now.
he's like, whoa, the lights are actually on, and he just started turning
Yeah,
out.
exactly. So I think they actually have a better shot at making it like a top 5 seed this next season. Like, I know we've been saying like
Easily in the East
it's
Coast.
an old team, they're not gonna do shit. No, but like I think with the guys they have and Giannis being like, come on guys, we need to
He's
win.
a hard worker. He
Yeah.
doesn't stop working. Yeah.
Yeah.
He gets better every season.
Yeah, but he doesn't stop. Like he's 31, I think. 30, 31. Like,
Yeah, he's
still
in his
got
prime.
time.
Dame needs to stop bitching about being in Milwaukee, and they're good.
Yeah.
Let's move on because we're actually taking a lot of time on this.
Minnesota.
They gotta be A.
They are an A team. Where are we putting them in A team?
I think above the Pacers. I think above Milwaukee.
I think above Denver.
Okay. Actually, you know what? I can fuck with
Bro,
that.
they
Denver
didn't
did fall off.
they didn't lose anyone really. They just added a young point guard that can be Conley's replacement later down in the year or next year.
Mm-hmm.
And if anything, it just works out.
You have the best, one of the best players in the league,
Yeah,
and Rudy Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns, like just another year to mesh together.
yeah.
And they do have chemistry. Like it's like people don't see it, but like they throw lobs to each other.
And-
They find each other.
And fucking Nas Reed is still there. Like, W.
Strong roster. Yeah.
Yeah.
Strong.
And
roster.
they kind of fell apart in the conference finals.
It's the first year.
It's their first year in the fucking playoffs where they made it past the first round.
Yeah, right. It's
Give
like
them some credit, you know?
It's-
And they beat Denver
and they beat Denver. Yeah, which is
from
the
a
biggest thing.
20-point comeback. So you have to put them ahead of them. That's what I think.
Yeah, a dominating performance from
And
these guys.
Denver got worse. Like
Yeah,
you're gonna expect it. You're gonna
they
expect.
just beat him. Yeah, okay, that's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
New Orleans is interesting because
It's a very interesting team. They're around the Lakers area, in my opinion.
I agree. I agree. I think they're.
They got better.
I think you put them above Memphis.
Yeah, easy,
Okay,
easy. Because they have something to like. They've shown us something.
but here's the hard thing because John Morant's a superstar. Like when he plays, he's a superstar kind of player. He's a guy that puts up 30 and 10. So it's I think they're both tied. But for the time being, just because Memphis
I
needs
think
to.
New Orleans just also has like that. In my opinion, they're a really good like name wise and on paper, they're a really good team.
Yeah, they are.
But it's the injuries, man. Like one one Zion injury away, and then this whole team needs to reconfigure itself.
But do they? Because then you're just throwing Trey Murphy, and he's like your best player.
Trey Murphy does become your
Bro,
best
low
player.
key, he is like, if you, I would start him over Ingram. I would. I think he fits so much better into New Orleans' system.
I think you should be trading like
You got
shopping
to trade
Ingram.
Ingram.
I think you
Yeah.
should be shopping Ingram. Like
He's not a bad player. It's just on this team he
I
doesn't
love
work.
Ingram, man. Like I've been loving his game since he became an all-star in New Orleans.
Also,
But
you're a bandwagon.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
but like he hasn't been another all-star
Yeah,
ever
he's
since,
like, oh,
right?
this guy sucks now.
But I've been watching still, like still they got that mini KD frame. Like I don't know, I can still see it come through, but he needs to get off this roster.
Yeah.
He needs he needs a place where he can shine, like Detroit. But
Any of these teams,
any of the D or F tier teams, in my opinion. But
please go there.
I think like one Zion injury away, like that kind of tanks their whole system.
Okay, but
Cause
let's not talk about the bad because we think they're a playoff team. DeJounte Murray at point guard, playing pick and roll with Zion,
CJ at shoot at the two.
and Trey Murphy when he plays, if he as long as he gets like 5 threes a game,
And
like
you still have Herb Jones coming off the bench. Like,
yeah,
come on now.
it's like you have every piece you need for a championship team,
Yeah.
like every aspect you need,
Yeah.
but they just don't have a center. It's just that the
Well,
only team that doesn't have a center.
they added Daniel Tice, like crazy.
You added the third center on Houston. Good job. But they need to get a center. Like, they need to trade for Jared Allen.
Yeah.
They need Jared Allen. Like
Bro, Brandon Ingram for Jared Allen was right there.
it still is right there. You can trade Jared Allen right now. He still has that period where you can trade him because as a sign and trade, you can do it.
I guess so.
You need to make that deal because you're the only team in the league that doesn't have a center. Like take that in. Like every other team, you can say, oh, they have this player at least, young player or not. They don't have anyone.
Quick tangent here, but I think Boogie is still like a top center in this league if he gets a chance to play. I know with that
Definitely
Achilles,
washed, man. He can't play no
no.
defense no more.
Do you need him to play defense
He
though?
yeah,
You have
yeah.
Herb Jones and
No, as a center, you need to be a
but you have
defender.
Herb Jones and Trey Murphy that
Who
can
in the
still
playoffs is a center and is not playing defense?
cat.
He's not your center though.
Gobert.
He's the best center in the league, bro. He's the best at that. Like you need like Boogie was beyond that on defense. Like I'm sorry to say, but like this guy can't move his feet for shit.
But you can still
And he
play.
and he can't play.
You can play him off the bench still though.
But is that your center at that point? No. He's not your center at that. He's your backup big playing 10 minutes. I'm sorry, like I know you love Boogie, but
Yeah.
I have to snap you into reality
Mm.
here. Like he's 30, he's 35, like he can't move his feet
Still
anymore
scoring 27 in Taiwan, but I don't know.
in Taiwan. Maybe Dwight could come back.
Dwight could come back still. I think he still has.
Yeah, he's fine.
I think Dwight. Honestly, people diss on these old school centers because they can't shoot and shit. I think you put Dwight there just merely to be a defensive guy,
Is it?
you're fine still.
Everyone else on this team can shoot. Like
Yeah.
maybe Zion can, but like Zion can play with a non-shooting center.
Yeah.
We've seen it. So
Valanciunas.
it sucks. Like they're the only team that doesn't have a center,
Yeah.
and they need it the most because that's what Zion that's what all of Zion's game depends on.
Yeah.
Is that what the center does.
Mhm.
But yeah, the next
S tier. Last team in S tier.
I can't get with you there, man.
You can't
You
get
put them above Minnesota and Denver just based on getting Mikal Bridges.
well, Mikal Bridges, first of all, is going to be playing every single game for New York
He will.
for
Okay.
48 minutes,
Okay.
and he'll still be fine because he eats Chipotle every day. They have championship like DNA all written over their top four guys already.
You got rid of Hartenstein. That was probably their second most important player.
Yes, but the thing is, like, you can still run Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges,
Uh-huh.
and Josh Hart and
Yeah.
that's still like I don't know. I don't have an answer for you there. I don't. I literally cannot give you one like a defense that can like stop that.
I think without a center, your team like you need a center.
I know you're big
I'm
behind the centers, but Mitchell Robinson, like
he can't stay healthy. Like it's hard. You can't bank on him being healthy. Losing Hartenstein is hard because they ran so much pick and roll with all of their guys. Like all their guards.
who's their current like center depth?
It's Mitchell Robinson and Jericho Sims at this point. Like
Sims is out.
it's you Hartenstein as a ball playing center helps so much because you can't run zone against them. You can't cut off Brunson from the
But
ball because
even
you give it to
with playing
Hartenstein.
zone now, you still have Bridges, you still have DiVincenzo at the
You
wings,
don't have the
Josh Hart
you don't have the
still.
lob threat. So now you can step up on Brunson floaters because if Brunson makes that pass to Mitchell Robinson, he doesn't have the playmaking game to dish it out to the open wing. I think losing Hartenstein actually meant a lot to this team. Like I still think they're a top seed in the East. I have them in A, but to put them in S means that the weaknesses that they have are hard to
But
exploit.
you're also looking at like teams that have like what put a team out there in the East or in the West, I don't care, against them. Like they will find a way because they're such a heavy motion offense.
Okay.
They'll find a way to cut through and get like find an open man on the wing. And not every center can guard on the perimeter. Not
Uh,
every center is fast enough to chase these guys cutting constantly.
I think you're overrating some of the guys in New York at it because the playoffs, Josh Hart and DiVincenzo, they play out of their mind. Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, DiVincenzo are not ball playing guards.
Well, they're very good.
They're
They're
good off
elite
ball,
off ball. That's
but
the thing.
Brunson's your only ball handler. In the playoffs,
Julius Randle's technically also,
he is.
and
I mean,
he's a threat on the
he
perimeter
is a
too.
threat, but at your center losing your ball playing center hurts so much. I look as you have to reserve S for like the top content, like the guys that have no weaknesses, that have the best players in the world. Brunson is a top 15 player.
Top 10?
I don't think he's top 10.
Not top 10.
I
Okay.
don't think it's easy to exploit this team. Maybe on defense, it's hard to stop them. On offense, it's
I think on offense is just crazy though, because Josh, no, like Jalen Brunson just instantly gives you 40 points right there a night,
okay.
and then you add in all these supporting pieces that can give you like at least 8 to 10 points a night, and then Julius Randle on top of that. Like, come on, like that's with solid defense. I think that's
Then what is OKC to you? Okay.
OKC is like second team in the S tier.
Wow.
Yeah, OKC's second team in S
I
tier.
couldn't put him in S either. I put New York behind Milwaukee, and I put OKC behind Denver.
Damn, behind Denver?
Yeah,
You think they're worse than a Nuggets team that got worse?
I think so.
Shit,
Just the way
they
that
just added more players though. They didn't lose anyone
I
this
know
year.
they added Okay, maybe I added Caruso.
They added
Above Denver.
Caruso
Above Denver.
and they added Hartenstein. Like
But
they're easily the second best team in the league right now. Easily.
behind
They
Chet,
were the
is Hartenstein playing?
they were the first team in the fucking
They were.
in the West
But in the
last year.
playoffs, it's all about how you get defended in the playoffs.
But it's we haven't even seen them in the regular season yet for you to determine how
But
the
that's why we're making these rankings, though, right?
yeah.
Like
So like I'm saying like they're gonna figure it all out. Mike Dagnall's one of the smartest
he
minds in
is.
this league. He's gonna solve with something on how to play Hardenstein in that system when he's clearly the backup making 35 million and Chet Holmgren's making like 10. Like it's gonna work out. He can even play both of them together in some plays.
Okay, you know what? I can get behind you with OKC and S, but New York and S, I can't do it.
I say New York bottom S tier, the worst team in the S tier, which is still pretty good
All right, man.
because
I feel like you're not budging on this, so I have no choice
we
but
can
to
put
do it.
OKC second. We can talk about
Have
New
OKC
York
second.
more. I think New York OKC is the second best team in the league.
Just having every team that wins a championship needs a center. They need a center that can defend, that can at least do something on offense. Like
Zaza
with
Pachulia.
with Mitchell Robinson and Jericho Sims, like unless they get someone at the deadline, bro, you have
All right,
nothing at the five.
A tier,
Thank you.
A tier,
Top,
top A,
okay,
top A has to be top A
okay. I had them kind of like topper end of A behind
because they're
Minnesota.
they're better than Minnesota in my opinion.
Maybe I think we're overrating Mikal Bridges a little bit.
You think so?
Just a little bit.
Because Mikal Bridges was so shit being the first option. and his first year, like full year in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
But now he doesn't need to do that anymore. He can just do Phoenix Mikal Bridges.
Hmm.
And Phoenix Mikal Bridges was like some nights the
They
second
were a
best.
finals team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we're not. I think we're not overrating him. I think I'm like perfectly rating him in this case.
Okay.
Yeah,
You know what? If they can play OG at the five, they're a S tier team.
bro. I didn't even mention OG. Like, come on, OG is like big and strong enough to play five
He
sometimes.
is. He
Yeah,
no, he really is. But if they go that direction, they can be S. But just with no one over 6'8", that can like, bro, you get matched up against Philly, bro. No one's guarding Embiid. I know we heard it a bunch of
yeah,
times, like it happens, and then Embiid just gets locked up anyways
yeah.
because he can't do shit in the playoffs. But let's say he does actually turn it up, you have no answer for Embiid, and
True.
even Cleveland, like, bro, like
Mobley and Allen. Yeah,
maybe you're just banking on small ball center. Like if okay, OG at five, yeah, they're S tier.
because small ball has worked in the past. Like
Yes.
Death Lineup Warriors was
And
crazy.
it only worked because it's like the size didn't matter. It's because Draymond was so strong.
Yeah,
And OG is
and
just as
OG
strong.
is a fucking ox too. Like
Yeah.
it could work.
Maybe I'll put him in S because OG is center.
Watch it actually happen.
Yeah. If this actually happens, then like, bro, you're the best of all time. Okay, we're at an hour now, so we got
No, no, relax. Last year was 2 hours, so we're doing good time right now.
Orlando.
Orlando, they're after Indiana.
How big of a jump do you think this team
I-
is getting?
If you think they just they got better.
They added KCP. I'll give you that.
They took away KCP, one of the best players on that
From the
final
other
roster,
conference,
and you throw it into this conference, and now he's locking up other people.
he's 33, 34. Like there is a chance for fall off. But the rest of their roster, like last year on this tier list, they'd be around C bottom B.
Last year we put them D tier.
Yeah. So you think, like after watching what happened, you think Bankero can be your number one option, like solidly, like all these
He's
teams.
all we've seen for Banchero is he's been improving every
He's been
single
improving.
year.
He's still an inefficient shooter.
It could change this year though.
It could, but we haven't seen it, and I don't see it changing. Like he hasn't been taking threes. It's still the same game. All these guys are like that's a top 10 player, the best player, best player. That's a top 10 guy, and Butler's like around top 15. Like Bankero, like top
Banchero's
25.
top 20.
Hey,
Top
I
20.
can get with you there, man. That's like Gobert PG range. Like Bankero's not there yet.
He could be this season. I see the Magic
He's
still
taking a big
make.
jump.
I see them still making a jump because they've just been getting better every year since Banchero joined the squad.
How do you feel about the guard play? Suggs had a very, very strong season,
Yeah,
but other than Suggs, like you like KCP and who? Like you need other guys to step up, like Cole Anthony, Markel Fultz.
Markel's not even on the team anymore.
He's not even signed yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, what's going on?
I just project wins. I just project
You
like
project wins?
improvements. I see improvements happening.
A tier team. You have them above the Lakers. Like you have them above the Cavs. I don't know. I think B is a good spot for them. Like behind Memphis, I think I can get there with you because I had them C tier.
See, I didn't even have Miami in A tier, right? So
Okay, so I guess it's hard, but like I guess I got you there with Miami, but Orlando's a different team because they don't have a superstar.
I think all right. You're right on the no superstar thing. I that one I can't
And you
get.
can't win without a superstar.
Yeah, yeah, you really can't. My thing was like they've always moved. They just kept getting better.
It's like Houston, right?
Yeah, and they're around Houston. I think they're
Because I think Houston's better than them.
yeah.
So you want to throw them on the back of B? Because you had them behind Indiana. You can't drop them down to C now, Ryan. Like you can't get that.
Okay, all right. Listen, they did take their. I don't even remember who they played in the first round, but it was a 7 game
Cleveland.
series. They played Cleveland for 7 games, and they only fell apart because they couldn't hit threes in the last game.
Yeah,
But Carroll was still fucking amazing though.
he was good.
He was the only one
He was
contributing on that team.
Franz Wagner had a horrendous game seven too.
He
Yeah.
did not have a good game.
Like I think this is a good spot for them. I think
Let's put them behind Houston.
yeah, Van Vliet, Green, Brooks, Jabari, Şengün. Like Şengün's better than anyone on.
Are we really putting a playoff team ahead of like team
A,
that even made the play in
East
after
playoff team.
that took 7 games.
I think Houston beats Cleveland. That's just me though.
All right, we'll put them there for now. We'll rework it
We're
later.
not reworking it. I'm sorry. This is that final standing.
All right.
Philly, it's a new team.
It's an A tier team.
It's A tier.
It's an
Like
A tier
as
team.
much as I think that they're gonna fall apart in the playoffs, you just have to give them the benefit of the doubt.
You put Philly after Milwaukee though. They just did so much in free agency this season, and Nick Nurse is just such a smart guy.
But we know injuries will hit them.
It
We know
will.
what's happening, but
We
we're still putting
know
them here.
we put them there,
We're like blind pigs right now, but we know
but
what's
it's
happening.
purely because I am like so high on Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah,
I
so
think
high. Yeah, he's a
this
star.
this guy's gonna be a 25 point per game scorer this year.
I think he's their second best player.
He is their second best player.
I think he's their best player.
All right.
No,
Let's
I
not
think he's
go.
their best player. I think he's their best player. I'll say I think he's their best player.
After Embiid.
I think he's better than Embiid.
Oh wait, so do you think
I think it
if
means more to this team than Embiid.
so? The hierarchy is Maxi, Embiid, PG.
Yeah,
I can see why.
I don't know how you agree to that. Embiid's definitely their best player.
I can see why you would say that, but Embiid's still the best
No,
player.
Embiid's getting the ball every time at the free throw line, but Max and PG sharing the ball. Like, will this end up being like a Clipper situation
No,
where
no,
there's
because
too much cooks in the kitchen?
because Maxi knows how to play off ball.
He
PG
does.
been playing off ball.
Sadly, Maxi does know how to. I feel bad, but he does know how to play off ball.
Yeah,
Because now he has to settle. Because he
but
just
like,
knows how to play off ball.
but that's okay because he just secured the bag.
Yeah, true. That's valid. That's valid.
Like he had to take more shots this past season. He needed to get that All-Star nomination.
He did.
Otherwise, he'd get a fucking like $20 million per year
Yeah, he
contract.
has some bum ass contract. Like
But
Haywood
no-
Highsmith special.
Exactly. But now he got all that. He scored 21 points per game per last
He
season.
can do the Bradley Beal now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like even with doing the Bradley Beal, he's still like the second best player on the team, so it's fine.
Yeah.
And they did so much in free agency, like he can take a step back on some nights if
Okay.
needed.
That's fair enough.
Yeah. Phoenix, this one because they did a lot in free agency.
Adding Tyus Jones does do a lot, and Nurkic apparently losing weight. He's lost weight.
I don't know about
Shooting
that.
threes, like if he can actually be a starting center for this team, it means a lot for Phoenix.
But Bobo's gonna be your backup.
Yeah, that's where I heard.
Like that's what
KD's Rebecca big at that point.
yeah, he's the backup everything.
He actually does everything on the roster.
Yeah, when he's not the backup, when he's not the starting three, he's the backup 1, 2, 4, 5.
For the bench lineups, yeah.
Poor old 35, 36-year-old Kevin Durant. Like,
They're actually fucking him up, yeah.
he's actually the best player on that Olympic squad too, though.
The best.
Yeah,
LeBron's best.
he's second best.
LeBron's second best?
No, KD.
So, yeah.
KD came off the bench, scored 25,
Yeah.
and won the game for them.
7-for-7, just like nonchalant,
Yeah.
normal stuff for KD.
Yeah. So, okay. B tier.
B tier, okay.
B tier.
Wow, B tier. I was like arguing for A behind the 76ers.
But injuries.
But Philadelphia's right there, man.
But Philadelphia added so much pieces this
What
past
did they
season.
add? Like, we'll see.
Bro, Kyle Lowry, Kelly Oubre.
Lowry's like 39. Oubre was already there.
They still resigned him though.
I mean, he was like 13.
Bro, I
like-
still they had a crazy free agency. That's all I can say.
Okay, but like injuries, if it hits them,
Is injuries gonna hit all three guys at the once? Even
it
with,
hits Embiid, they become like a B tier team though.
so Tyrese Maxey and Paul George can't get you anywhere. I
Mm,
think it can.
You think so?
I think it can keep them afloat.
They don't even have Paul
You-
Reed anymore.
You just need fucking Tyrese Maxey to be healthy.
Okay.
If Embiid or Paul George go down, you're still afloat. But if Tyrese Maxey goes down, now you're just sharing. It's just back and forth ball now.
You think so?
Yeah,
You think Maxi's like that guy right there?
he's super important to that team. That's why, like, no matter what happens, they're an A-tier
But
team.
fuck though, because like we can't say injuries matter and then have Philadelphia this high with Embiid getting injured every year.
But even okay, this year was an outlier season though. They had like no, like Maxi was getting in, like he was just settling into his role now. There was no true other option besides Tobias Harris, and it was fucking Tobias Harris.
Don't diss on my man. Sorry, first of all, don't diss my man's. But okay, you're valid.
But now you add Paul George, who literally carried the fucking Clippers this
Uh-huh.
entire like
did.
entire last few years,
He did.
and you take him away from the Clippers to join him back in the weaker conference in the league. I don't see how they don't stay an A-tier team as long as Maxi is the healthy one between Embiid or PG.
Okay, okay. So we're putting Phoenix in B.
I put Phoenix. Up
Where
to you
though?
where you want to put them. I was gonna put them after Cleveland,
I think
but after
I think top would be
just because
too
of
much
like
talent.
it's a lot
This
of
is
talent on
they
the team
they
still.
still did make the playoffs and they lost to Minnesota, who just kind of had their number the
Yeah,
whole year. Like,
yeah.
who knows if they played another team? Is I still think they're better than LA. Like, if I have to look at
Okay,
the West,
that's
like,
fine. That's fine.
yeah, okay, Portland,
Uh,
finally a shit team, man. Like, how
we've
much
been
arguing
we've
do
been
we have to do?
arguing so much.
Finally we get to fucking Portland, bro.
A tier.
Oh my, we're an A tier.
Are we leaning more towards like the D tier or the F tier though?
If they're trading Aiden, they're a F tier. But Simon's coming back, Sharp coming back, like
Let's
they
put
could
let's
be in D.
let's put them mid D tier.
Okay, okay.
Mid D tier. I think they're still better than the Hornets.
I don't know. I think Lamelo is like a top. Like
You think Lamelo
when
surpasses
healthy, he's
he
like
surpasses like five guys on the
when
on the
Lamelo's healthy, I put him around like Donovan Mitchell range kind of player. Like he is so impactful to winning basketball games.
he just doesn't have
Just doesn't have the team for
the
it.
players around him, so you
Yeah,
can't yeah.
but he contributes.
Individually wise,
And
yeah, you can put
he,
him in A tier, B tier.
yeah, which is why like with these shitty teams, like that's what kind of we have to do with these
Yeah,
guys. But okay, Portland like collectively, sure.
yeah.
But they're not. But they're trading Grant and Aiden. Like I think they're from behind. Like they're gonna be so bad.
Really, you think they'll be worse than?
Like you're trading Grant, who's the only reason you're winning games, and you trade Aiden, your starting
I
center. Like
don't think you're trading Aiden though.
they've been
Not
shopping.
this season though. Not
But
this season.
reports of I heard they were shopping heavily.
There's I don't think there's a team right now looking unless the Pacers are looking.
Yo, that team right there, bro. Like the Hornets or the Hornets,
The
Pelicans
Pelicans.
we need a center, bro. Okay, I'll put him in front.
I think mid D tier for now is good. Like I can't project for the end of the season, like what moves they'll make or anything.
Yeah, yeah. But like in hindsight, like, I'm guessing, and like it's a strong guess, they're trading one of those two guys.
Do you trade? There's more likely to trade Aiden.
Really? I think Grant's the guy that has. I think the Lakers are scooping him
I
up.
told you last week, like I think Grant is the worst contract in the league.
You do hate him a lot.
I hate the
But
contract.
I think there are teams that do want him though. Like Aiden, there are probably teams that don't want him. Like there are definitely teams that don't want him. With Grant, like every team could use him. Even if
They should use him, but they can't get him.
you could eat that contract for like a year or two.
Bro, the only team that like would be like, sure, we'll take him is either Brooklyn or Utah. Like they'll be like,
Oh, man, the Lakers would trade Hachimura and D'Lo
and
for that
D'Lo,
ASAP.
and you need to throw in Austin Reeves too.
No, you
Like
don't,
that's how
man.
bad the contract
It's
situation
not that
is.
bad. What is this contract? It's like what 40 something million? 40
Okay,
million? It's 40 million.
it's 40 minutes.
That's doable.
Okay,
That's doable.
okay.
And he's an impactful player for like
Then you lose a point guard, but that's okay.
that's fine. Like he's good.
LeBron's gonna play the one.
He can.
Like
Okay.
like he doesn't already. But,
Yeah, he does. He coaches too.
Yeah.
So Sacramento, the new DeRozan, you got another year of Keegan Murray improvement, but it's the same roster.
C
No Harrison Barnes.
second C tier.
Second seed here.
Second C tier. I just ugh, they just
I didn't know where to put them.
you don't know what to put them.
I somewhere in C.
Yes they improved, but like how big of at this stage of his career, I love DeRozan. How much of an improvement is he really?
Yeah.
Like he's real real shit here. He might stagnate the offense more than he did this past season.
It-
He might
I
like
think about his game depends on coaching, because he's such a respected player. Like I think Chicago went too deep on like, oh, like he's our best player. Like you need to give him the ball. Sacramento could like with Mike Brown. Like, is he even coaching this team
yeah
still?
he is. Dude.
Okay, it's like, oh, just you can be a piece in our system. If you can play alongside our guys, like, and DeRozan accepts it, he could actually contribute because he does have he's a good playmaker.
Hmm.
He's not a horrible defender, and he's been shooting threes more recently. So there's a chance that he could actually just be like a good scorer for this team.
I just don't. I still like. I think it hinges on. My thing hinges on Fox. He's been shooting less and less like in the paint. Like he's been chucking up shots from the three, and it just hasn't been going in. Sabonis is still like he's probably their most important guy, but like come on, like it's a center that doesn't really play defense.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah.
It's hard to say. And DeRozan, like yes, he's improved as a defender his last 2 years in Chicago, but it's not that far off from when he was a Spur. or when he was in
Yeah,
Toronto.
and he's
Like,
gonna have to play the four on this team,
yeah,
unfortunately. Like
yeah.
that back end is horrible.
Like who's you're guarding Giannis every night? Fuck, bro. Every other night you're gonna be guarding
Yeah,
AD, guarding
yeah, no, it's not
like it.
happening.
I don't see it happening, man.
It seems like they were good once upon a time, but every team just got better while they just stayed the same.
They were really good, but they just said, yeah, fuck it, we'll do the same thing and hopefully it works
It
this year.
worked,
No,
yeah.
it's not gonna work because all the teams in the same division with around you just got better.
And
So
the advantages that you had were kind of fluke in a way. Like De'Aaron Fox's shooting, Sabonis' playmaking, like it all came to the whole league at once. Like you're like, wow, this is all new to us.
yeah,
Once they saw it and realized that that's all they do,
they
it was
changed
easy
it
to
up.
guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, they couldn't change it.
So you need Sacramento to stay in C tier, like in this spot. De'Aaron Fox needs to get back to shooting at the rim. Needs to become the second best white man center in the league again.
Yeah, baby Jokic. Yeah,
Yeah. And DeRozan just needs to like start shooting, accepting that he needs to shoot the three more. So
yeah.
that's the only way they can stay in
But it's a good spot. I think it's like a perfect spot for them. I think they're still better than the Clippers. Anyway, San Antonio.
behind uh the Magic.
Okay, I respect that.
Behind the Magic.
I believe in the Wemby effect. I can't lie. I think Wemby is taking that insane leap.
With
And you
CP3.
bought me in with that CP3 thing. Like, yo, CP3, like he's gonna have a renaissance here playing with someone that like he can like play with. Like
Yeah.
you can teach him and stuff. Like I think there's some intrigue there.
And like Greg Popovich, like
No, he's the worst coach in the
no,
league.
I don't. I'm putting it out here. He's 79, 80 years old at this
Yeah.
point. He's gonna say, "I just want the money. I don't care about the thing." But like knowing that he's got like this type of center, he's gonna be telling
Turn
CP.
back time.
He might turn back time, or he's just going to tell CP like, "I'm just going to be the face of the center, or, like the coaching job,
Oh,
but you're the actual coach of this team."
okay, okay. Like the Tony Parker kind
Yeah,
of thing
I
going.
think that's what's going to happen. And then CP is a brilliant mind on the court, man. Like
Yeah,
he sees things that we don't see.
yeah, no.
So like with him coaching and playing the floor along, he might even play 25 minutes a game at this point.
He's the leader of this team. Like,
Yeah,
he's the voice that all these guys will listen to.
yeah. So
So
like
yeah,
putting CP there and then him being able to direct traffic and like tell players where to go and stuff, it works out. The reason they're not higher though, they have one like main guy.
yeah. It's Wemby and then like everyone else is like Vassell, Keldon
Like
Johnson.
they're not bad by any
Not bad,
means,
but
but they're just not
not at the level where
Wemby.
yeah, not
Not the
Wemby.
level where Wemby needs them to be just yet.
And like look at the other guys that we have here, like Orlando, like Franz Wagner, like Wendell Carter, like guys that you respect. San Antonio, like you don't respect these guys.
At least not yet.
Even Keldon Johnson, like he's a 20-point per game scorer in the past. Like you still don't see him as a threat
Yeah.
in a way, which will drag more attention to Wemby.
Hmm.
But I still think Wemby has so much talent where it doesn't even matter.
You're surrounding him with shooters at this point. Like
Yeah.
it's gonna work. You're still gonna make a leap. You're gonna be pushing for a playoff spot this year because
Yeah.
of the personnel you're surrounding Wemby with.
They saw what Wemby was last year, and especially down the end of the season, like that's where everyone's so
They,
high on him for.
yeah, they're like, fuck, we gotta speed run this shit now.
They beat Denver, they beat Milwaukee in like close clutch
Yeah.
games. So yeah, there should be a jump.
That's where I'm leaning with.
I like that.
But the team in itself is not better than the Magic or the Rockets.
No,
Just
definitely not even better than Golden State.
probably, but
Probably.
I'm just super high on Wemby.
Yeah, that's fair. Like everyone is. Toronto,
Toronto, last team in C tier.
I think I got to throw them in D, man. There's no playoff hope for these guys.
Play in? Like
Ah,
no, even in the West, even in the East.
in the West, no. The weak East,
The
no.
West, yeah.
Pearl, he's cool, but like
I say
I'm
you
not
trade.
jumping.
I say you trade Pirtle.
I would like that too, but like I'm not
New
jumping.
Orleans.
Yo, New Orleans could use them. Yo, if they give us like trade, imagine like
Trey
it'll never
Murphy
happen.
and Herb Jones, crazy.
Oh my God, we're a B tier team, but right now, like
No, because you play Olen. I think Olenek is such a solid
he is
piece on
solid.
that team. You let Scotty like keep developing. IQ and RJ are
With
still
the
gonna be better.
Raptors rebrand, the purple and black.
How do you feel about that, by the way?
Thank fucking God, bro. If it actually does happen, because we don't know what's actually
Yeah.
happening. But like, all signs point like, thank God.
I think
Maybe.
bottom of C tier.
Okay, you know what?
I don't think it's a. I think everyone's so young that they're still developing.
They have talent, yeah.
Because it's not a team that it's just like, oh shit, everyone's a first or second year guy. No, these guys have been in the league for 5, 6 years now.
Hmm.
They know how to play the game. They've been on like winning and like playoff teams in the past.
They have, yeah.
Now it's a matter of just like, all right, we're handing you guys the keys. Like you guys used to be supporting pieces. Now we want you to be the main pieces. Can you do it? Yes, they can because they still have that. They have the talent and the coaching behind it too
Yeah.
to get to that spot. They can't make playoffs just yet because they're so young, but they can be playing because they have experience in playoffs.
That's a good point. That's a good point. They definitely are a step above these guys.
Yeah.
That's true.
So
Like,
I'm not putting them in D tier
okay,
at all.
that's fair
Yeah.
enough. Yeah.
But they just don't have a superstar just yet.
Not just yet.
If
Maybe
Scotty's making his way there.
I don't see what Scotty. It's just the game he plays. Like, I just don't.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Siakam-esque kind of game.
Yeah, but like funnier Siakam.
But it's Siakam, yeah.
Utah?
Man, it's marketing. If they because we don't know if they're moving him. It's so hard to
Let's say
tell.
with Markkanen right now, because we're not projecting anything with like trades or moves or anything. With Markkanen on this team,
I think has to end at the.
because every year we underrate the Jazz, and
But
every year they surpass our
But last year I
expectations.
underrated them, and they were shit. Walker Kessler somehow took a step back.
He did take a step back.
Markkinen remained the same guy, which is still super great. But everyone else is like just not.
Can we
You want
top
them to see
top of D?
top of D will
Top
work.
of D is
Top
okay.
of D works. They're definitely in the D range. Like, I don't think they're a play-in team just yet. Like
No.
Sexton's good. Taylor and Tucker
I
is good.
think Sexton is actually one of the most underrated guards in this league right now.
It's like no one wants him. It's weird. No
Such a
trade buzz.
such a good true like contract too. It's such a
Yeah, it's
like
not gonna back. That's 20 mil, right? Like
it's
it's
less. It's like 18 mil.
wow.
Like the Lakers could use it. It's trade fucking D'Lo there. Like you find a 3-team deal to get.
Yeah, deal it back to Brooklyn,
Yeah.
like something. But yeah,
That could low key work. But you know, like if the Jazz want to tank, Killian Hayes is there. Ben Simmons is there.
that's what I'm saying. But no one like speaks to me in Utah.
Yeah.
Like, it's Markkanen and then everyone else is like still just coming into
And
that.
everyone's a little older too, if anything. Like Jordan Clarkson's still on the roster.
Yeah, Clarkson still that. Wow, he's still there.
Yeah. So it's like, wow, like there's not a whole lot of pieces that can convince you to put them past D tier.
Mhm.
But like I wouldn't be surprised to see them as a C tier team.
Yeah, no.
Because Markkanen, he's a really good player.
He helps any of these B tier teams become a S tier team. He could.
Yes.
He could.
Yes, he does.
So yeah, we just gotta see what happens with Markkanen.
And the last one,
Oh,
Washington.
man, this finally we can
Oh,
put a team in that.
fuck. ST. Oh, shit. My bad.
Wrong one. Nah, it was where we want to put maybe
No, they're better than Pistons. Top of F. I think they're top of F. They have the
they have
player.
talent though.
They have the talent.
Poole will come back. Kuzma is still there. He's still like a solid player, like 20 and 10 kind of guy, like on a shit team. Depends on what Sar does. Sar, Bilal
Well,
Coulibaly.
that's the thing. I think Sar and they got the French connection. They're gonna be yelling French at each other.
But they have the brick connection too. They have the brick connection.
Bro, you could build something new. Build something
Build
special.
something special there. Yeah, you're right. They could. So top of F, like congratulations.
Yeah.
Like you built it your way there.
Like you slowly gotten out of that like end of F and now you're at the top of
Yeah,
F.
top of F. Just from that
Next year, end of D.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna slowly make your way up.
10 years, they're top of S.
Yes, exactly. That's
With
how
with a different roster.
Yeah.
LeBron, probably.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you never know.
50-year-old
If
LeBron.
your LeBron's on Washington somehow.
Oh, he's pulling a Michael Jordan.
Yeah, exactly. He's come back. He's like, I'm back.
And Jordan comes back too.
Oh, imagine. No, that and then they just all go play golf.
Yeah.
And they retire.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's
Are we happy with this? Boston, OKC, Dallas, New York in S tier, in that order.
fine. Fine with
All
that.
right, all right.
It's just seeing Knicks at the top is weird. Like ever since I started watching basketball, like they've also been a joke of a team. So it's weird.
I know, right? Like ever since I started watching, they're just like consistently like 12,
Yeah, like
13 seed.
the fans always shit on them because it's just funny to do.
And they just draft really badly.
Yeah, right. Like yeah, they draft shit. Like,
All right,
yeah.
A tier: Minnesota, Denver, Milwaukee, Philadelphia, Indiana, Miami.
I know you don't like Miami, but I love it.
No, I get why you put it there. It's weird because they're consistently in eighth.
They're always eighth,
They
but
were always in eighth
they're
seed.
always fighting though in the playoffs. Like,
So that's what I mean, right? Like it was so weird putting them in A tier because they just didn't play like one throughout the.
remember last year we went safe with it though, and look what happened. We ended up being super wrong.
Yeah.
But sometimes we gotta make these picks.
Yeah,
Like the New York pick and the Miami pick. Like gotta make these.
yeah. Phoenix, LA, Cleveland, New Orleans, Memphis, Houston, Orlando, San Antonio. I like it.
Yeah,
I think
they
B
all
tier is
deserve to be here.
I think B tier is like these are all potential playoff
San
teams.
Antonio should probably be C, but
But like,
gotta make these picks.
bro,
Yeah, like, yeah, the 1B effect is
the one B
real.
effect is just there. Like,
It's just, it's already here, man. Like,
yeah, it's third second year
yeah,
already.
second
It's
year.
crazy. C tier with Golden State, Sacramento, the Clippers, Atlanta, Toronto. I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah,
I'm comfortable with
there's
that.
definitely a drop off point with these teams in D tier,
Yeah.
so I can sit there.
D tier we have Utah, Chicago, Portland, and Charlotte.
All teams are stars.
Like these are teams with like nothing really going for them,
Yeah.
and they could fight. Like we wouldn't be surprised if they fought and sneaked into a play on spot.
Mm.
But like realistically, I don't see them doing
Yeah,
much.
like they're around that 10 to
Yeah, and like teams we aren't expecting shit from are
Tank City is down.
Washington,
Yeah.
Brooklyn, and
Tank
Detroit.
Town. Welcome to Tank Town.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
All right.
they have to move shit around. I'm actually kind of surprised.
Good job this year.
Yeah.
We'll be back next year.
Yeah, I'll be back next
You
year.
should put up a picture of our ones from last year.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
to
To compare
like
our
down here.
yeah,
I
like
bet, I
down.
bet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
If
All
you have
right,
a chance.
let's end this off because it's been
An hour 30.
an hour 30. We'll see you guys in another 2 weeks. Thanks for listening. Peace.